Folks, please like the video and subscribe here at the Voice of College Football. And of course, it's Ryan Abraham. Check out the latest there at uscfootball.com. Lastly, Ryan, you mentioned NIL, and it's just such a difficult uh, concept and execution to grasp in the college football landscape. So I think a lot of changes are coming. But in regards to USC's approach to it, you mentioned kind of in a conservative fashion is where they are right now. Do you see that changing?
Yeah, I just recently had Jen Cohen, the athletic director, on my show, and talked a lot. A lot of the questions we had for her were about NIL. A lot of the fans, Mark, from USC aren't happy. They want to see USC spend money like we're seeing at places like Oregon, and Oregon's got a great organization there. Obviously, Phil Knight and former Nike executives as part of their collective. It's a major organization that they got running up there, and it's working. Obviously, it's working really well. I think for USC, there's sort of these like not very clear rules, I guess, put out by the NCAA, and I think maybe it was Ari Wasserman that described it as like there was like a speed limit, and there's schools like USC that are like, well, here's the speed limit suggestion. We're going to follow it just in case we get pulled over. And there's other schools that are like, we can speed a little bit. No one's going to pull 10 miles and over. It's not going to be bad. And there's other schools that are just blowing through. It doesn't matter. And so you're just kind of looking at these rules a different way. Now, we've seen the cops kind of pull over some programs like Tennessee recently. And then you get the governor of Tennessee involved. You get the, attorney general of the state of Tennessee involved. And there's fighting going on right away. They're ready for it. They want to take the NCAA to task and say, these aren't rules you can police. And I'll see like a program like USC, when they see that happen, they're like, okay, well, there is no speed limit anymore. We don't have to worry about potentially getting caught down the road, which it seems like a lot of schools are in that category. And there's other schools that are like, go ahead, catch us. You're not going to be able to do anything anyway. So they haven't been as, you could think of USC as like kind of brash, especially back in like the Mike Garrett and Pete Carroll days and all that, but they haven't acted like that recently. They've been a lot more conservative. So we'll see. But I think they've done a good job of raising money and kind of allowing student athletes that are there to get some high profile deals. And, being in LA, you can take advantage of some of that, especially for your star players. So I think they're doing, in the constructs that they've kind of created for themselves, I think they're doing a pretty good job. But I think a lot of the fans, Mark, want to see them just go out and, dropping more bags and stuff, which they haven't really been doing yet. So we'll see. I think soon it seems like we're going to all have all schools sort of on the same page and kind of following the same rule book, which we don't really have right now. And, I kudos to the schools that are doing it, because you feel like they figured this system out before some of these other schools. And, they're getting great players, and they're when they're getting caught, I think they're fighting back. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how this all plays out. But hopefully soon, Marco, just everyone's kind of on the same playing field, so we don't have all these sort of different rules for different programs and everything.
Absolutely. I've got my ideas and suggestions. I don't pretend to have answers, but I would like to see something be done about tampering and enticements, and to bring it back to where the student athlete can benefit from it, but there to be a level playing field for everyone. And then if you're able to execute in the NIL arena and be able to get the type of support, then that's great. You're going to be able to flourish, but at least under the guidelines that everyone is playing under.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We'll see. I mean, just tomorrow, the whole sport's different, right? Then the next day it's all like there's just some ruling comes down or some court case, and it's like, okay, well, I guess that's different now. Remember when NIL happened? It was just kind of like, oh, by the way, here you go. Here's NIL. What? Okay, let's just go with it. So it's kind of funny. The sport we love is definitely getting facelifts, and not just once every couple of years. They're getting facelifts like every week or so.
Well, it makes it interesting, that if nothing else. Ryan Abraham, USCFootball.com. Ryan, I know you've got a ton going. We appreciate you stopping by.
Oh, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.